introduce yourself, your name, and what it is that you do or what it is that you are desiring to do?
Hi, my name's Ashley. I am an anime fashion designer and illustrator. Soon to be author. Yay,
Yes,
soon to be author. Um, and also down the road, spiritual life coach
I love
in the
it.
works there. But yeah, that's what I do.
So,
Um,
what is it that got you to say yes to a private hypno session completely tailored to you? Was it the consultation? Was it a
mhm.
video you came across? Like, what is it that really spoke to you?
um, what really spoke to me was your videos on TikTok. I watched your videos behind the scenes when you didn't know I was watching. I was watching some of your videos, and I'm very big on vibe and energy, and I've always been that way since I was a kid.
Absolutely.
And I just really felt like I connected with you, and I was like, she's doing hypnotherapy. I started my spiritual journey a couple years back, but in the past year and a half to about 2 years, I've really dived deep in it, and I
Mhm.
wanted to have more understanding of myself and my inner child and really get the healing that I need to be able to get me to the next level, and for me to really step into the best version of myself and
Yeah.
to get in touch with my higher self, so I can be better for me but for the people around me. And so I kind of did some digging on hypnotherapy. And
Mhm.
so I love dealing with the mind and diving deep into the subconscious to reprogram and to change paradigms, and especially my own, because I definitely want my family to go into a better direction. And so when I saw your videos, I was like, there's something about her I like. I feel like that's like my sister in the spirit. She's so sweet and she's so cute. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a chance. And she's a woman of color. I know she can understand my thoughts and my worries and some of the things that I think us as women of color deal with as children. And so I clicked on the button and I was like, you know, I'm going to invest in myself, and I'm going to invest in this woman of color. I'm going to invest back into our community, and I'm going to just dive in.
Mhm.
So I did. And I'm so glad I did, because you have really helped spearhead me digging into myself and really healing those wounds that I've had. And I can't thank you enough that you were able to help me with that and become not just a spiritual leader I see in my mind, but a friend. And I'm very
Yes,
appreciative for it.
yes, and I just love that. Like, I come across your videos too on my timeline, and I'm like, "Look at her!
I mean,
Look at her!" Like, and I just love how open and vulnerable you are about doing the work continuously, even after we've completed the sessions that we've had together.
Mhm.
So, yes, I just love you see everything happens for a reason, and I
It
love that.
does. Hmm.
So, more so about your experience, like, when you were under hypnosis,
Hmm.
what was it like for you to be under hypnosis? Because I know when we spoke in the consultation, we focused around, your childhood, your
Hmm.
confidence within self. So what was it like going in to the
Hmm.
hypnosis session? Like, what were your expectations or fears? And then how was it when you were under the hypnosis?
Well, a fear that I had is that I wouldn't be able to get to a place in my mind that would allow the transition and the change. I
Mhm.
think that was the biggest fear for me. It's not so much of being under. It's more of me just not being open enough to really get to my inner child and really be able to hear her, or really be able to dive in deep enough to where change could be made. That was my biggest fear. But being under was wonderful. It was calming. Um, my body just felt like weightless.
Right.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful, and it enabled me to really get into places that I didn't know I could get to. And
Mhm.
that's why I think I've fallen in love. I mean, I would not teach. I don't think I would ever teach hypnotherapy, but I would definitely take it a lot because it has changed. It changed my life. It has changed my life
I love that. I just love, like, when you talk about it, it's like you're the hypnotherapist, like, how passionate you are about it.
because it
I
really
just
has
love
changed my
it.
life. Like literally, the way I feel now is
Mhm.
not who I was when you met me the first time.
Yeah, I see it.
And I hope you see it because
Yes.
literally you enabling me to really face that little girl in myself that I couldn't get to on my own and I didn't
Mhm.
know how to get to on my own allowed me to heal parts of myself that I didn't
Mhm.
really know needed healing or I wouldn't face. You know what I mean? And so
Yes.
now I'm at the other side where I'm still, there's always healing to be
Mm.
made, right? But like how I talk to myself, my self talk is just it's somewhere else. It's at another stratosphere. Like
Yeah.
I'm able to be kinder to myself because I was able
Mm.
to talk to her and let her know that I'm there for her, you know. And
Mhm.
it just really spearheaded that not not say I wouldn't say merging of my younger self and myself, but the understanding and the partnership between the two, not so much shutting
Yeah.
her off, you know.
Yes.
It's just I just I'm
Like,
just so
really
grateful.
opening the door to that connection
Mhm.
and that communication to
Ugh,
be so free. It's completely different.
com completely different. Like, you it's completely different. It's completely different.
She's like, "Oh, we gotta get into detail. You already know."
Yeah, it's different. I've never felt so free in my life, like, literally.
Oh, I love that so much. So, when you were under the hypnosis, if I remember correctly, you did amazing. Like, you never had it's so interesting how that was one of your fears, but you
Mhm.
never had any trouble getting into that trance-like state. So, when you were in that trance
Mhm.
state, like, what do you remember? Do you remember being able to feel things, see things? Like, what really stuck out for you?
What really stuck out for me is that when I would go under, I would literally feel like an energy, a warm energy overtake my entire body to that I feel like I'm hovering over the bed, if that makes any sense.
Mm,
And to
mhm.
this day, I remember, having that conversation with her. And I remember where it was, like that space, safe space that you enabled me to go.
Mhm.
And, seeing her and giving her a hug. I remember those things, but the feeling just felt warm and it felt just weightless. And like I had like I can't it's like a vibrate, like
Mm.
if I could I'm trying to but that's how it made me feel because I'm also learning about energy work. So
Yeah.
like that ball of energy where it's just like woo, woo, like you can feel the energy in the room. Like you feel it
Mm.
like billowing.
You were that relaxed, you were able to pick up on all of the energy.
I mean you literally feel it is the most amazing thing when you're under.
Mhm.
Like when you get in that space of just weightlessness and just alignment with it, it's just
Mhm.
it is the coolest thing. Yeah,
I
that's what
love it.
it literally feels like if you were between a falcon or an eagle and they would just
Mhm.
boom, boom, boom. And that's what it felt like. Like it
Yeah.
was so cool.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing experience.
Yeah,
You're the first one that has, like, gave me that perspective of it.
yeah, I mean, even now, like when I do like RTT,
Mhm.
I do my best to do that like at least every night or every other night, and to get back in that space to where I'm just quiet because
Mm.
this year's alignment and authenticity for me. That's what
Yes.
2023 is. And you helped me with that, by the way. But yeah, that's how it feels when you're under. It's just phenomenal. I would go there every day,
She's like, I will visit all the time,
all the
even
time,
on holidays.
even.
So I love that. I love that you had that experience and that you enjoyed it. And I love how they're core memories for you as well, because it's so important. Because a lot of
Mhm.
people believe that they won't remember anything at all
That's
when
what
they're
I was.
under.
That's what that was one thing I was thinking of. Like, what if I don't remember? You know,
Mhm.
how will I know if the change was made? You know, how will I know if anything really happened? You know, did it
Yeah.
really, was it a dream? You know.
Right. But you weren't conscious of it when we were doing the hypnotherapy
Hmm.
sessions, but then gradually, you started noticing it
It's so good.
in your external and like you said, your self-talk, all of that in your internal.
Oh
So
my
I
god.
definitely love that for you.
Yeah, it's changed my
So
life for real.
I love it. I love it. That's the goal. So speaking of goal, what was your goal when you signed up to do hypnotherapy?
My my goal, in all honesty, was to really face myself. I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and
Mhm.
desiring change to the point that, even still, willing to invest in whatever I need to change. And I knew that there was a part of me that I needed to deal with, and I need to face, and I
Yeah.
needed to tap into her, because there's still things I don't remember as a child. I look back at the things I don't remember. And, one of these days it may come up, in another hypno session or something else, but that was my main goal, was to really dig deep and find out what I can do to be better and to change and to heal,
Yeah.
because I was just sick and tired of being where I was.
Mhm. I love that. I absolutely love that. So, I feel like we kind of already touched on this question a bit already,
Hmm.
um, probably several times. So what more so, if you don't mind getting in depth a bit, like, what were you strongly feeling like, what did you feel like you were very much struggling with at that point in time? Like,
um
that just made you say, "Okay, like, this is different, sounds weird,
mhm,
but I'm gonna do it." Like, I'm gonna be that person to take the leap and
mhm.
do it. So what
um
were you really struggling with?
Self-love, um, and self-acceptance. I think that was the biggest one. I'm still working on it, but the hypnotherapy session enabled me to uh, truly begin the process, and of
Mhm,
self-acceptance. I don't think I accepted myself fully, and I'm still working on it.
mhm,
Um, and I'm learning to be more authentic, um, and figuring out what that is. And that is definitely something that's Yuki, by the way. Um, but that's something that I've had a hard time dealing with, because my mom, she didn't either. She didn't
mhm.
accept herself. I think she still runs from it. And I don't want that for my daughter. I want to be
Yeah,
authentic. I want to love myself unapologetically and not think about what my body looks like, or, what the world thinks, but what does Ashley think, and what does Ashley think about herself? That needs to be more important. And
yeah,
I knew that me being where I desired to be, it has to be inward first. And because I've tried all the outward, you try the outward and it doesn't work, because you are who you are, and until you start to change who you are and how you think about yourself, the outward is not going to change, you know.
right.
And so that's definitely where I was. I was just tired of not being me and
Mhm.
accepting me, you know.
And I feel like hypnotherapy was definitely like, I wanna say catapult, but I feel like it was definitely like the slingshot for you, like,
Hmm.
it pulled you back and it said, "Alright, there you go."
Yeah, because I've been on this journey for, I think, 3, 4 years, but the past 2 years, it has been, it's kind of like a snowball going down a
Mhm.
mountain that, I've done my studies and stuff, but once I start doing like hypnotherapy and RTT
Yeah.
and stuff like that, that's when it started to do it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I've never been the same since.
Mhm. I love that in a good way.
Yes, in a good way. In a good
In a
way.
good way. It's been like a ball that's pushing me up
Hmm.
and pushing me more towards the light that is
Yeah.
really showing me what's within.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
I love that we were able to do this.
Hmm.
So, very last question. I think I gave you some details on, this program that I'm creating and how I want it to be very much like a community, like a
Hmm.
sisterhood, and just a safe space.
Hmm.
So I know you didn't necessarily get in the program or it wasn't around when we were working together, but being that you have the experience of working with me through hypnotherapy, I want to say it was about 2 months.
Hmm.
So, would you recommend hypnotherapy or the program? Like, would you recommend any of it?
Hell yeah. Yeah, I would definitely. I think everyone should really do it because I really think that every single one, no matter how good your childhood was, everybody's dealing with some shit. Everybody's dealing
Mhm,
with something, and I truly feel that hypnotherapy, um, and other practices that help you deal with yourself and deal with the things that you are afraid to face, or even shed light on things that you may never have known that may help you be better in the future. I just think anyone who, especially people who want to do better and be better and get to the next level in life, not just career wise, but
mhm.
mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all those things have to do with that. Because when you are able to deal with the inside, the outside follows. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I would 100% have everyone. If I could, I would make everyone do it because everyone should do it because it's important to not just your physical health, but your inner health. And your
Mhm.
inner health is the most important.
Yes. I love that. She said, "Hell yeah."
Mhm. Look,
I love that.
y'all better do it.
So, last thing, any advice or a lovely affirmation, whatever you want to give these young ladies moving forward and leave them with?
Be gentle with yourself because you're going to go in having all these reservations and thinking that you're not good enough for whatever. You're not good enough to get to where you need to get to mentally, like I was, because I thought I was worried I wasn't going to be open and be able to receive the things that I need to receive.
Mhm.
You're worthy of this. You are deserving of the best things in life, and you're deserving to be the healthiest, greatest possible version of yourself. And if this means taking a program or hypnotherapy to do it, then invest in yourself because it's worth it. It's going to change your life forever. And trust me, 2 months out, you're going to look back and say, every minute, every penny, every dime, investing in yourself and in her because she does amazing work and she's been such a blessing to my life. So I just leave you with that. You're worth it. Do it because you deserve it.
Yay! And we're just gonna end it there. Thank you so much,
You're
Ashley.
welcome, friend.